of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Yes, people, big ups. Welcome to episode 162 of the Untitled Series, also known as the Immaculate Series, here on United Spurs of America. How are you doing? I, of course, too blessed to be stressed. And first off the top, got to give you some from Chewy. Chewy says hello as well. But look, this is for you. All of you that made 4K happen. How about that? Big up yourself right now. If you're watching live, if you're watching on playback, how you doing? And thank you to every single one of you who support the channel. Look, I don't know what happened. Maybe it's like one of those old Pinocchio stories. When you wish upon a star, and then you fall asleep and you wake up and you're like, oh, damn, I just hit 4K. My vision, all of a sudden, I'm seeing things in 4K quality. Unfortunately, the stream's not in 4K, so apologies about that. But you're here. I'm here. I've got a guest here, so I'm not going to take too long. And oh, when I say a guest, I really shouldn't even say a guest. I should say family member. I should say compatriot. Well, maybe not compatriot because he's not really from a country, but we're compatriots in the love of Tottenham Hotspur. How about that? But before I bring him on, let me real quick say, big up David Shear, the member for 5 months. Says, good day, Cobbers. Wait, good day, Coys. I'm just so used to him saying Cobbers. Says, I'm nervous, but I'm optimistic in regards to Crystal Palace. And George is already in here becoming the sponsor of the channel tonight, gifting a membership, and it went to himself. How did you do that, George? You gifted yourself a membership. That's clutch. That's a self alley-oop. If you watch basketballs, when you run up, you threw it off the backboard, and then you dunked it yourself. So big up yourself, George, for the donation to the channel. But I'm not gonna take long and welcoming out my guest, but you know the rules. Hit a like, hit a subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are on the poll. I see 32 votes, and right now 56% says Tottenham dominant win. And I put dominant win because I need it to be. And then also 22% checking in says, I don't know, but Ange is London's top manager. And obviously, you could tell by the thumbnail, you could tell by the title of this video. Shout out to Ange Postecoglou, London's manager of the year. So I titled this very shamelessly. Ange Postecoglou is London's best manager. And if you don't like that, you can hold that. Vicario, my guy. London's best goalkeeper. You can hold that too. So, trivial as it may be, I'll take anything at this point. But speaking of taking anything at this point, I've got a guy who will say yes. We've got Kuva99 in the house. What's up, my friend? Good to have you back. Twice in 1 week. What a treat. How are you?
Had to be back for the 4K celebrations. I mean,
I appreciate that.
It's really happening now, isn't it? Yeah, nice one. I did notice though while you're doing the build up and bigging me up and everything, it sounded all great until you said family member when you did it in this sound like family member, like one of those relatives you don't want to see.
I'll put it this way. You are definitely someone I want to see. You are a fan. I was trying to think, I was like, is family member enough? Because you're a family member, you're a contributor to the channel, you're a supporter of the channel. I know that anytime you come across a video, you hit a like and subscribe, just like all the bozos in the chat should do. But I know that, what is deeper than a family member,
That could be a stalker, though, couldn't it? I mean,
I guess it could be. I've had some... There have been some really creepy people in the chat lately, moving quite strange, but I guess they're liking and subscribing because they helped us get over to 4K. So that is fantastic. And it's just the growth in such a short amount of time is quite...
I just realized what it was. I know what's done it. Those threats about not feeding Chewy?
Oh, is it PETA? You think PETA people have subscribed? Look, Chewy's well fed. He's sleeping like a big chunky baby. But you know the rules. He ain't going to feed tonight if you don't get this video to over 100 likes. That's just the rules. Fuck PETA, fuck OSHA. What is the other one? World Wildlife. Stone Cold Steve Austin, that little panda that's on the boom. Fuck him too. I don't mean that. It's obviously just a joke. My dog eats. But But yeah, it's no one's accused me of like animal cruelty yet, so I think everyone understands it's just a joke, and they will
Not
probably see how
yet.
chunky he is.
Now you've said
Yeah,
that, they
not
probably
yet.
will.
You're right. Someone's calling PETA. But I promise you, if PETA comes, they can take this fucking dog. I really don't care. I'm just playing. You see how I said that? Big up David Shears, gifted a membership. Big up David Shear, my friend. How are you doing? Who did that go to? Machiavelli, gifted yet again. See, that's what I'm saying. When you're in the chat, you never know what's going to quite happen. But you could be gifted a membership because George is in here gifting 5 more United Spurs. I don't know that we have any more members you could be gifting these out to, but big up George. And thank you so much. George and David always sponsoring the channel tonight. I like to see it. Lee Smithy Smith got a membership. Fiona, Danny Reese, Alexandria Castro, and Patty Hartnett. Big up. Welcome to the family. And thank you so much, George and David. Appreciate you both very, very much. Y'all have been a tremendous help in getting this over 4K. I would like to think that all these gifted memberships as well entices folks to come back because they say, hey, maybe I get one. And then if you get one, they're like, well, I'm a member. May as well go fucking chat some shit in the room. So, you know, I'm going to thank David Shear and George as well for making the family bigger. Big up Chang as well.
George was so inspired by getting himself a membership. They just straight back in.
Maybe
I can get 5 for myself.
I've never seen a self alley-oop in the YouTube chat quite like that, George. So that was impressive. He gifted a membership and it went straight to himself. I love that. Honestly, that's pretty great. But big up everybody in the chat. I haven't even said hello to anybody in the chat. And you know what's cool is I think StreamYard actually shows who's a mod. Like Zapur's here. Says, I like this 4th option, not as bold. I'm done predicting scores until I see the tiniest bit of consistency. But I can see that they have a little wrench on the StreamYard back end. So that's cool. I can actually see that they're a mod now. Whereas normally they didn't have a mod thing next to your name. But there we are. Let me see who got the first place prize. Spurs GCTV is probably sleeping. And hopefully we can infiltrate your dreams, wake you up, and get you to come on over and say hello. But if not, hello Spurs GCTV. Hope you're doing well. Congratulations on double first place prize. Big up Totspurs in the house. AMD is here. That's an Arsenal fan, but I believe it's a good person who's an Arsenal fan because they oh no. I just got a text from a very good friend of mine. Shout out Hassam. Shout out This Is Football. I believe they just dropped it. I was going to go on a little bit of a rant, but before I do that, big up This Is Football. Clearly, he's telling everyone to say a specific 2 words. So real quick, if you are coming on over from This Is Football, hello, how are you doing? Let's make sure you smash the likes while you spam your spam into the chat. I understand the game.
You know what I like here, Jacob? I wasn't there on the stream that I know's happened. But it would have been you basically bigging up Romero above and beyond the Call of Duty, and people getting really rattled by it. That's what's happened, isn't it? Yeah,
yeah. And so we do a show on This Is Football called El Aqua, and that's one of my favorite shows that I'm a part of. So shout out Hassam. There's a lot of people saying that I'm his best off-season signing so far, is what they're saying to This Is Football and Hassam. But that's neither here nor there. But yes, indeed, on those channels and on his show specifically, I do go to war for my man. As you can see, I specifically put his shirt up in the background so you know I rap for my mans. Romero's the GOAT. The GOAT said he's the GOAT, so therefore, GOAT, real recognize real. And if Lionel Messi says he's the best thing since sliced bread, damn it, give me a loaf. So I'm going to also say they knew they called him a bozo once, and I got really kind of offended. I was like, how dare you say he's a bozo? You are a guy on YouTube, and he is a professional athlete who just won a fucking World Cup. He won Serie A Defender of the Year. He is now vice captain at a Big Six. So there's a lot of reasons why he's not a bozo. So now they like to come in here. They like to say bozo. They want to call Romero bozo, but that's just what it is, Kuva. It's like with Ange. When they started seeing things that scared them, they said, oh, he's just a media whore. Oh, he's overhyped. Oh, he's just an Australian Marcelo Bielsa. They can say whatever they want. We all cope differently. But big up to everyone who came on over. Before you inevitably leave, if you're not, entertained by this show, just drop a like, drop a comment. vote in the poll, subscribe to the channel. We just hit over 4K, and the channel's been growing like crazy today. I don't know what I did. Maybe I threw a quarter into the correct wishing well, and I said the right prayers goodnight. I don't know what I did, Kuva, but big up to everyone who is new, who has subscribed. Got a few things to run through here. Got Yanis Rubelis, member for 2 months, says smash the likes and subscribe, you donkeys. And you know what? Since you said the magic word, I'm going to go ahead and say big up Hassam every single time.
And the donkey's like, that's the donkey. You're a donkey.
One of my favorite clips of Hassam, honestly. That is a top tier. That is gold members VIP-esque of clips. So I love that.
You know what, Jacob? I feel like I miss out on a lot because you've got the sort of USA based channels that you'll hop onto and have all these rows with and everything, and it's the wrong kind of time of day for me, so I miss most of them. And I feel like that would be something I'd love to be in on some of those. That's just funny. It's really funny.
They're honestly,
you're all having fun with it.
Yeah, it's honestly that. When I got into YouTube in the first place, it was because I wanted to talk Tottenham specifically, and then it's like, okay, I'd like to talk about all ball. I'd like to talk about ball with Big Six people, and then it became like, less like I just kind of want to have fun, like I got into this, it was fun, and then it becomes tedious, and you want to have more fun. And Hassam, shout him out. He's been one of the people that helped remind me why I get into this thing. I like to chat shit. I like to talk ball. I like to pound my chest when we do well. And I like to have fun first and foremost. So to me, I'm grateful. I'm blessed to know him and call him a friend, even if he is a fraudulent human being and a fraudulent Liverpool fan. I'm absolutely better to know him. So big up Hassam. I appreciate you. Real quick, got some super chats rolling in. Don't want to ignore these. Let's get to these before we really start breaking into the bread of the show. We're 14 minutes in and we're rocking and rolling. There's over 120 people across all 3 platforms. So do hit that like. Again, the rule is 100 likes or the dog doesn't eat dinner. 150 likes and the dog will get some of my dinner. Them's the rules. So you want this dog to eat, or you want me to have a standoff with PETA and OSHA outside my house? Those are the questions you need to ask you. Do you want the dog to eat? Hit the like button.
Don't tempt them. Don't tempt them.
Big up Oze Quebec is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Says fun and attacking football award. What a fraud. He's clearly jealous. Ange Postecoglou is so illustrious. So his hands must be hurting with all the awards he's been holding this season. Manager of the month, manager of the month, manager of the month, manager of the London's best manager. I love the title.
When he's doing his press conferences, that's why he's always looking down, isn't he? He's got all these trophies at his feet. He's thinking,
he's
how
like
the hell am I going to get these home? Like,
yeah, he doesn't want to knock them all over. You know what I mean? There's just too many damn awards. And while we were talking about that, it gave me the perfect amount of time to remind everybody that we do, in fact, have London's best manager. So there it is. Big up Ozan. Appreciate you recognizing the excellence, the greatness that is Ange Postecoglou. Big up A User says, yo, Jacob. Hey, Kuva. Hi, Chewy. How y'all doing? I'm doing great, A User. Good to see you in the house. Here's some balloons on a happy Friday. I didn't even say happy Friday yet. So happy Friday from El Paso, Texas. If you were like David Shear and you were down under, happy Saturday. You fucking completed the week. Now you get to have a good time. Sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself. David Shear with the super chat says, there goes the free memberships. Bugger them. Oh, he doesn't want to gift out the membos because of all the Hassam people. They deserve memberships too. Let's not withhold the greatness that is a United Spurs of America membership from them. They deserve it a little bit too. But big up David Shear. I appreciate all the support to the channel. AMD also comes in here with the super chat, says, I appreciate the kind words, brother. Big up to you both. Big up to you. This is an Arsenal fan. This is one of my favorite Arsenal fans. A good person.
Yeah,
I'll come in here and talk sense.
I'll double down on what Jacob said. Yeah, AMD's made loads of great comments. Takes part in all lots of channels I've seen him on. Always talking a good game. Even when he's having a bit of fun and ribbing you, it's fun as well. But there's a lot like that. TJ Warren as well. He's another one.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Even though he makes poor life decisions. You can still be a good guy and make bad life decisions.
Just every now and then you've got to say something to utterly slay him to keep him on his toes, haven't you?
Something. You gotta try to do something. But big up everybody. I appreciate it. I see all y'all. I'm trying to make sure I don't just only say hello to all the super chatters, but big up everybody in the house. I see y'all. Thank you very much for the congratulations on the 4K, Paul. I do appreciate that. Big up Ellie, the Queen of London, says 200 likes and you get him a T-bone. Sure, why not? I did say earlier this week, Kuva, that if we hit 4K, I'm going to get a Chewy cam. So I guess I got to be a man of my word.
How much does a T-bone cost nowadays for you?
You could probably get a cheap cut from the grocery store, like $9.
Is that all?
Yeah, but it's raw. You have to cook it yourself. But if you go to like the
obviously, yeah,
you can probably about $9.50 for a little 0.6 half pound, something like that.
Oh, you have to practically sell one of your kidneys to get enough meat to put on a spoon here. In fact, you probably have to eat your own kidney.
Well, that's because you have limited supplies because you're on an island and the boats and
we decided to leave our neighbours as well with Brexit. So we're all we're depending on you lot to send us supplies now.
Yeah, I'll send you a T-bone too. I'll get the cheapest steak for you and Chewy. How about that? I'll send one, but it might not be nice by the time it gets you. It might be a little brown. But big up Alex Torres says, coming from his Sam's podcast. Yes, you are the best football signing. Liverpool fan, Texan here. Big up Jacob. He is not a fraud. He loves you. Let's go Spurs. Hey, big up Torres, another fellow Texan. Always love to meet as many people as I can. Kloppenheimer here. He says it's a fake award. Look, we're winners of it, whether you like it or love it, and I love it. And I appreciate the fact that we are winners. But also I appreciate George gifting 10 more memberships. He's really been inspired, Kuva, since he self-alley-ooped that first membership that he gifted to himself. He's gifted 10. Let me see. Things are running along quite quickly here. And David also gifted 5. Emily Dunn, Ryan G, Eddie Eka, Jackson Da Silva, Saroon Saren Chumrum, Adalbert. Hello, Adalbert. Imadin, Hassan Al Jibri, Quran Sani, and LFC for the double. I just fucked up about a bunch of names. And Kuva's probably like, what the hell is he even saying? Is he talking English right now?
I have no idea.
We gotta love it. But big up. If you did get a membership, go ahead and say dubs in the chat for George or either David. Let me see here, because David Shear also gifted 5 memberships. Big up David Shear gifting some more membos. Madarius, my good friend from high school, got a membership. Paul G, John M, Hayech, H, and Archibald. Big up. Y'all all just got gifted memberships. Oh my God, George, well done on the 4K, Jacob. Well deserved. Big up George for the £2 super chat. And Kufa's sitting right next. Did someone hack your account?
We're on a roll now. So I mean, go off.
Wow. Like I'm actually bro, how many memberships has been gifted today? This is insane. This is crazy. Big up Kuva. I appreciate you, man. You do enough for the channel. You've gone above and beyond with the financial contribution. Let's see who got those Kuva gifts. Ram to Luke, Mike Doss, the absolute fraud, got one as well. El Tel Cocarel, Sean D, Chelsea 101, Carl Girk, Dave Tyson, Joseph O'Hanlon, Fifth Elemento, and JC. Big up. Wow. I've read about 50 names. Let me see. That's 10, 20, 25, 36, 37 gifted memberships. 37 gifted memberships. Wow. 37 members grown in just 20 minutes of going live. Y'all are absolutely blessing me tonight. So I guess my prediction is 7-0. I'm feeling pretty good. Y'all got me feeling really good.
Go with the short number right there again. Go for 7-1.
Okay, I'll go for 7-1.
Remember, it worked last time. It did work.
It did. It worked one time actually. It was you did Vicario's number.
One it worked once. Lock it in and said it definitely works.
Big up. Levy Go is here. Levy Go to Sweden. I don't know if that's what that stands for, but there's a Sweden flag there. It says good luck and well done on the 4K. Big up. I appreciate that. Safe Chewy, we say. Did we already hit over 100 likes? There's no way we hit over 100 likes. We just started this thing. Yeah, there's 53 likes. Okay, that makes sense. That's about right. But there's 70 votes. Look, lots of gifts given around. Lots of we got the redirect from Sam as well. Big up to him for that. But look, let's wow, I'm pretty mind blown. So let's start the show in some way that we can. Yeah, it has to be a record. That's what I'm saying. Bro, the last 12 hours, I don't know what happened. I was like 89 subs away from 4K when I went to bed. And I was like, wow, I'm less than 100. We're almost there. I'll probably get there next week, you know, at the rate that it was going. Then I woke up and it was like 4,060. And I was like, where did all those...
I'm telling you, it's the threats against Chewie's ability to eat. It is. It's nations full of animal lovers all over the place.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe once I get the Chewy cam, things will really start taking off. Maybe it's Sam. Maybe it's because Sam happened.
What's Chewy cam gonna have on it though? The side of the dog basket for about 8 hours. And
well, I'll just basically look. I'll give you a preview. So what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be next level shit, Kuva. This is just a little preview though. Okay, so I'm gonna get. This is my quickest, easiest solution before I like do the research and figure out what camera I actually want to get for him. But check this out. Let me mute. Oh, it won't let me switch sides. Hello, baby. It won't let me switch the sides. Maybe this isn't gonna work. My plan is foiled because I was just gonna use the link on my phone and get a little tripod and just set it up on, like over his head while he sleeps. But I don't think that's gonna work because StreamYard won't let me switch my camera. It's only using the selfie cam, so I don't know if that's gonna work. I'll have to do some more research on that. I guess it won't be as fucking simple as I thought it was. But big up Kaveh, the robosexual. Kevin, what I will say is you never know. Hang out and you might find out you get what you need, which could be a membership. Big up Patel. Says, like the video, you bozos. Big up Patel. I know you came on over from Hassam. Big up Nawaf. On pace to hit 10K in 2 months or less. Well done. No, that's not true. So I was at 3K about 3 months ago. And I was at 2K about 3.5. It's like every 3-4 months, there's 1,000. So I think if that same trend, I don't know when the trend can, I don't know what's going on. Things are going crazy, man. Things are going crazy. Speaking of, we are now at 47 gifted memberships because Bob Down Under gifting 5 United Spurs of America memberships. Big up for that. And David Shear with another 5. So there's 10 people's names I'm about to read out. Y'all are also members now as well. I think we're running out of fucking chatters to keep gifting. Let's see. Meow Kaba. You've been gifted a membership. Adrian Schroka, Tom81, Shamu, Vandevu, Carl Simpson. Big up. Y'all have been gifted by Bob Down Under. Danny D, AK City fan got gifted by David Shear. Herbie Hurts Feelings, Disintegration, and CB all gifted memberships. Big up. Oh my goodness, this whole show's just gonna be me reading memberships. Y'all are going crazy right now. What is going on?
Come on, we're gonna get to 5K this show.
What is going on? Kuva gifted more memberships, bro. We're not even at a half hour. I think there's more memberships gifted than minutes passed in this show. This is, I feel like I'm blushing. I don't know if you can see that my complexion too nice, but big up Kuva for the 5 gifted, and then Tot Spurs gifted 5 memberships. I'm about to read 10 more names. Geez. Christy, hello, random YouTube commenter, Ark Fraser, Joe, Antonios Vorias. You've all been gifted by Kuva, so dubs in the chat for Kuva for that. Hugo, Ram Ready, Tennerpool, Rohan Bashir, Meow, no, not Meow Kaba. And then I believe, I don't know how to read that because that's in a different language, but they were also gifted a membership. Wow, y'all are, y'all blowing it up tonight. Y'all blowing me up. You're blowing up the spot, baby. Oh my goodness. We've passed over 4,200 subs as well. I went to bed and we were 80 something away from 4K. That's like 300. I'm supposed to be previewing Palace and talking, banging my chest. I had shelved out some time for me to just be shameless about these London awards that no one cares about, and I'm going to tell everyone why they should care. But honestly, big shout out to George as well as big gifted members, and comes in here with a super chat, says. Jacob, shout out Kuva as he has supported Spurs channels across YouTube for years now, and we all appreciate him. Yes, he is a distinguished member of this society, and that's why I kind of paused when I was like,
we're just community, aren't we? We all do it. We all do it. We're all bigging each other up, go on each other's channels, help each other out. It's good. It's been good since COVID. It's got a lot of us through that COVID lockdown period.
Yeah, it's been one hell of a ride. I see Spurs Talk Show. Is that the real? I thought you were a mod. Let me see. Is this the real Spurs Talk Show? It is. Hang on. Let me see if I can. Let me do this. I thought he was a moderator. So let me hang on, because I don't. Just in case anyone tries to. Because the other day or like a week ago, someone had texted me and said that there was someone posing as United Spurs of America, talking shit to people. And you know what? I've always felt like.
Hey, mate,
you haven't made it.
That's where you got the subs from.
I've got these accounts that are going out talking shit to everyone. So that's crazy. Wow. I feel like I've just danced to 3 songs back to back at my uncle's wedding, and I'm kind of tipsy because I've been blown away with the amount of support tonight. Y'all are killing it right now. Thank you. First of the month and blowing things absolutely out the water. Big up David Shear, George, Yanis. I give everyone a shout out at the end of the show per usual. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything because it was just flying. I was trying to think about my fucking next talking point, and it was just going crazy. It was just going crazy, man. So big up to everybody. Big up. Shoot. Big up Meowkaba. Thank you so much once again. From Kingscliff, Australia. Gifted membership there for you. Big up Meowkaba. I'm going to call you Meow Meow. How about that? I like Meow Meow. It's easier on the tongue. And it makes me think of Kuva's logo. So literally almost everyone has an emoji next to their name. Incredible work, guys. That's what I'm saying. And if you are a member, y'all get little emoji things next. You got access to little pictures and stuff that I upload. I'll be uploading more. I mean, why not just have a fucking 100 different pictures for you to choose from? But big up Meow Meow and all the new members. Big up Nawaf. 57 memberships gifted today. This is insane. Y'all are crazy out here. Big up Sahar. 58 now new members. Well, Sahar, you've been a member before, but big up to Sahar grabbing the Talk to Me Nicely Club. I think you upgraded your membership then, because I believe you were already a member. You may have just been a member of the Lover's Lane, but you grabbing that Talk to Me Nicely membership. Hey, I like that. You were definitely talking to me nicely, Sahar. And real quick, just so I can breathe for a second, I want to say all the support, all the people who are here just hitting a like as well, even though you're not spending money, it is very much appreciated. All this support, I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit means something to me.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
There it is. There it is. But big up everybody. Wow, fantastic stuff. That just blew me out the water. You know, I was telling Kuva, like, I was listening to a little Mark Rebier before the show started, because something about that man and his music and his dancing, it really puts me in a good mood. So I was on a good vibe, and then Kuva joined. We're fucking dancing.
You know what
backstage.
It reminded me of? Last year, some point, Savo was doing a 24-hour charity stream, and just as it was about to end, we were like looking to get extra little donations right at the end to sort of top it up. And there was myself, Sean Butler, and a few others, and we're having this little competition to see who can get the last super chat in. And it was just the show was going on for about 20 minutes longer than it should have, just because we're having this little bidding off competition at the end. It was crazy stuff.
Yeah. But let's start the show. I feel like we haven't even started the show. Big up Kate, appreciate the congrats. Big up Shamu. Shamu using our membership chat, so I need to read this real quick. It says 4 a.m. kickoff for me. Better give me a winyo with a little hot dog. next to that. That's very nice. Got to keep that hot dog there. But what I would say, Shamu, is 8 a.m. kickoff for me, so not quite as early. I will be on Weird Tottenham TV before my watch along starts. But everybody who's here, if you want to hang out while we fucking massacre the Eagles, while we grab those freedom birds and pluck them for the chickens they are, if you want to be a part of that, come on over tomorrow. But look, Kuva, let's talk about it. I don't even know where to start, so I'm just going to say Destiny Udogi's back, Pedro Porro's not, Richarlison's out. How are you feeling with the latest news coming out with Ange Postecoglou? Obviously, I have some bookmarks and stuff. I'll bring those up while we talk. But for you, Kuva, oh, and Eze's back. I saw Eze's back for them. Olise is not, but one of their two of their best is back. So does that plus the minus Richarlison and minus Pedro Porro give you any hope, or does it change how you feel about this game going into it? Where are you at?
Well, we have a pretty good record against Palace, to be fair. I think when Nuno was in charge, they did beat us 3-0 and a really bad performance from us. But other than that, we seem to beat them all the time. We weren't convincing in the reverse fixture earlier in the season, but still had enough to deal with them. They outmuscled us a bit, particularly Jordan Ayew. He was bossing some of our players around, particularly Ben Davis, who had to come off because of it. But I think the doggy coming back for us is a huge plus. Porro we desperately needed as well, but that's not going to happen. So we're still going to be a little bit imbalanced when we're going forward. I don't think Richie's necessarily going to be a huge loss because we do have Sonny to go into the middle, and we've got a few players that can drift into those winged sort of wide attacking slots. I think it's all about, are we going to be a bit better at moving the ball quickly, going forward with it with more pace and sort of sense of urgency about it, because we were so lackluster against Wolves. People were highlighting the defensive side of things being bad, but I thought it was the attack that was so shocking. Because they found it easy to defend against us. That was the sort of launching pad for everything they did. They got their 2 goals on the back of it because we were offering so little. Now, for me, it's all about Maddison trying to get his touch back, get his form back from earlier in the season, because he's obviously struggled after coming back from injury. I think Sonny's going to get his goal-scoring boots back on because he's due some, and it's Sonny, surely one of our best players, arguably our best at the club at the moment. And I think we've actually got some firepower. We just need to be able to use it properly. So I think get those little understandings going. And I remember last time we were on, I was saying that the 2-week gap, 2-week break we had, I was hoping the team was just going to go away and just do nothing but 5-a-side football. Get the passing going, the fluidity, swiftly moving the ball around, getting into positions. Not just the ball moving, but the players moving into those positions. You need to be quick if you're going to break down teams that are going to sit back. However, I don't think Palace are going to sit back. The new managers come in and he seems to want them to get them to play a bit more attacking football. I think that's going to suit us down to the ground, a bit more space. Could be a fun game with a few goals knocking around with luck. I think you mentioned Eze's back for them. That's obviously one of their best players. A fantastic player. I hope we sign him, to be honest. But on the flip side, they're also missing Guay, the centre-back, who's one of their outstanding performers of the whole season. They've actually got pretty good defence this season. I think it's something like they might be in the top 7 or 8, something like that. So outside of the top 6, they are a very organised team, but you expect that with Roy Hodgson. He's gone now, so with one of their key defenders also missing.
They got Glazer, Justin Glazner.
Glasner? Yeah.
Glazner? I barely know her.
I know so little about this bloke. I haven't had time to look it up or anything.
They had that new manager bounce, and they won 3-0, I think it was, versus Burnley. So
yeah, but it's Burnley, isn't it? I mean, you and I can get a few people out of the chat and go and give Burnley a game. And that is total disrespect to Burnley. I don't like Burnley.
You don't like Burnley?
Yeah, I think I don't like them because of that period when they first came up with into the top flight, and they always gave us these horrible games. It was Burnley and West Brom. I absolutely despised both of them because they used to like defend like their lives depended on it, and then frustrate us all game, and upset us with long ball game at times, and really mixing it up. Everything we don't like to do as a team, they would do to us. So I've kind of had a dislike for him. I'm not a Sean Dyche fan. I'm a Sean Dyche fan in terms of being a bloke. I think he's funny. He entertains me, but the kind of football they play, doesn't interest me at all. So I always hold that against Burnley. I know they're playing proper football now, but they're a poor team. I mean, they came up with the skin of their teeth, really. If you look at it in terms of squad depth and quality, I think they did really well to get promoted, but they're going down again for sure. So I'm not reading much in the Palaces.
They have 3 wins this entire year, I think it is.
Yeah, it's not good, is it?
I have to double check, but that's not great. It's my understanding when you played 25 matches and you've only won 3, I don't think that's a very good remedy for much success. But yeah, Vincent Kompany, it's actually kind of interesting because we were linked with him at one point in time, or at least the fans were talking about it. And I remember being like, fuck, I'd love him. I'd love to see video of him in the locker room yelling at everyone like he did in that Belgium club that he managed. But
I think he's going to be a really good manager. It's just in some ways it's a comparison with us in that the squad is just not where they need it to be for what they're trying to achieve, which this season is just stay in the Premiership. He is dealing with players that are just not top quality players. They're players that have overperformed and really done themselves proud, but they need more than that if they're going to compete in this league. And the same with us. We've got a squad that is only good to a certain point. We still need a lot more quality injected into it if we're going to push for these league titles we're hoping for, or even the cup competitions. We need a lot more than we've currently got. So in that respect, there's similarities. I think Kompany's got an excellent outlook of the game. I'm surprised for somebody who's played as a defender, basically, that he's so adventurous with the ball. He really wants the team to attack, play good football. I think he could do really well when he's got better tools at his disposal. But for now, they're just cannon fodder, aren't they?
yeah.
But that's not Palace, is it? So Palace have got a little bit more about them. So they got a bit of pace, bit of power, bit of trickery. But like I said, if they're going to be playing a more of an open game now, I think that suits us. And I think we've got to start hitting form sooner or later because we've been playing very poorly lately. So I'm going to go for it. Home game. Sonny's due some goals. I think Maddison's due to chip in with a goal, hit some form. The doggy back, he's going to terrorise them down that flank. You won't get Jordan Ayew messing up, rampaging and controlling that side of the field there when the doggy's playing. I think he's more powerful.
Best left back in the league, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, could do with Porro back, but yeah, we'll have to just go with what we got. I think we got enough to beat Palace, though. We must have. If we don't get a positive result, it's going to be very hard to take this one.
I've gone as far to say that I need it to be a dominant win, just a simple 1-0, 2-1 victory. I need us to dominate.
Well.
Yeah, I need us to dominate. I want to feel the way I felt after Newcastle. I know that's a little bit of a point that a lot of people have made. Like, we haven't really played good since then, but just that feeling of like anytime we touch the ball, it could be in the back of the net. I miss that feeling, and whereas now I felt like I'm just looking for us to build up. Can we build up and start actually like being lethal in the attack? And there's too often where we're just doing this fucking horseshoe football, and it's because I think that we lack that crucial final third, like creativity and critical thinking. Because I feel like sometimes Brennan Johnson, when he gets into the final third, he overthinks it or he underthinks it. Kulusevski, same thing. And Richarlison, he had a nice little run of stride, but he's obviously going to be missing. Now, I've also got this tab here. Apparently, the win percentage for Crystal Palace before Eze was at 9.5%, and it went up to 37%. And as far as their win percentage, just by having Eze back, and this is obviously a player of a lot of quality. We've all said we would love him at Tottenham. I think he's versatile, like an Ange Postecoglou player that you would want in this side. That he could play left wing, he could play the 10.
It's not just the quality; it's the unpredictability. That's what's so good about him. You really can't.
And it's confidence too. Yeah. It's that you have to have that creativity with that bit of confidence, and he has that. Olise, they have that, but Olise is not there. But this guy, I think he can be a problem because if you think about it, everyone that we've been semi-linked with or talked about that we want to get, they fucking ball out against us. Look at Pedro Neto. We were talking about Pedro Neto, and he danced on us, made us look like fools. Eze, I expect a pretty big match from this guy. But real quick, want to take care of some of these. Y'all are still just blessing the channel tonight. Sponsoring the channel. I have 23 starred messages to go through at the end of the show. So y'all have been blessing me tonight. David Shear upgrading his membership to the 10-inch club. So big up David Shear upgrading your membership. I do appreciate that, you cobber. Kaba? Is that how you say it? Kaba? Cobber?
Coba.
Koba? That's it. That's it, Koba. Is that close? Anyway, Ash.
It's on the brink of being offensive, but you can
good
get away
day
with
there,
it.
Koba. Very good. Very good, Koba. Ash P, remember for 4 months. This is 5:30 a.m. and I'm awake for the live stream version. Yay. Big up Ash P. Good to see you in the house. Always good to have you in the chat. Even better when you get to share the screen with us. So Ash P, hopefully we get you on very, very soon. LX Torres, my Texan brother, I believe Liverpool fan, went ahead and grabbed a membership too. Let me see. What is that? You welcome to the Lover's Lane, my friend. Thank you for grabbing that membership, and big up. At this point, there's it's more members in the chat than it is gray names. So isn't that great? But look, I do also have this here for us because while I believe that there's going to be a lot of problems given to us from Eze, their back line also, I think, poses a little bit of a tricky dicky. For me, I know a lot of people aren't going to... Guehi's out. Mark Guehi, their other center back, the one that we were linked with, that we were talking about in the summer. But y'all been sleeping. There's a guy by the name of Chris Richards, and I ain't been sleeping on him. This is a guy who trained at the Bayern Munich Academy by way of FC Dallas. He's an FC Dallas homegrown. So he's from my hood. He's quite the baller, and he trained with Bayern Munich for years. I think he actually had a couple caps with them. Their youth team he mostly played with. Then he had a couple with their senior team, and then he moved to Palace. And he's been riding the bench for the most part. Got his first Premier League goal last week. Started the goal scoring off for Crystal Palace last week. It's going to be him and Joachim Andersen. Big up Donovan Ostriker. I saw you call him Joaquin Phoenix. Both of these guys are going to be studs at the back. And I don't know why my son's crying. I don't know what my wife in there doing to him. But he ain't been crying like that for me today. So she got him in a bad mood, and I apologize about that. But, Kuva, for you, do you have faith in our front three? Obviously, with Richarlison gone, that lends itself to believe that Sonny through the middle. With Richarlison healthy, I even said I wanted to see Son through the middle, and I'm thinking Timo on the left, and the right side is going to be a question. I do have the lineup builder here, and we will build our starting 11 in just a while. Now, I know the formation is tentative. I see Kuva; he's licking his chops. He can't wait to have fun with this formation. But look, we will build this lineup as well. But Kuva, whatever the front three are, do you think that there's enough creativity and attacking power that we could break down these two center backs? For me, Guehi or no Guehi, I think Chris Richards is absolutely quality. And I've often wanted him to come to Tottenham as well, because I need to be an American bud. I need me some American boy. I miss me a Clint Dempsey, DeAndre Yedlin. When's my next American going to play for Tottenham Hotspur? But that's neither here nor there. That's not to talk about this.
DeAndre Yedlin, there's a name.
hey, he's American, man. He played for Tottenham. If you're American, you play for Tottenham.
He was fast. Apparently, that gets you contracts with big clubs over here.
Well, he was fast, but then he also was with Newcastle there for a little bit, and then he went to Turkey, and now he's in Miami, leading the charge for Lionel Messi. So hold that, Lionel. But look, Kuva.
Messi knows his career is winding down when he's playing alongside Yedlin.
That's his compadre. Yeah, that's crazy. Um, uh, uh, some may say for Yedlin, he's doing this while Messi's doing this. And
Yeah.
they just met at the perfect serendipitous moment. Love to see it. But Kuva, do you think we have enough attacking power to break this Crystal Palace down? Now, remember, we beat them 2-0, but we only had one shot on target because one of them was an own goal. How are you feeling about our front three or what our potential attack is going to look like? Do you think we have enough to break them down?
Well, that's what I said in the last. Sorry, excuse me. Last show. As far as I'm concerned, with our attacking players, it's only Madison and Son that I've only got any faith in. The rest of them, I don't think are good enough, or perhaps they could be at some point. The likes of Brennan Johnson, but I haven't seen it so far, and they're going to have to prove themselves. Solomon, just literally haven't seen enough of him. He was a bit part player at Fulham. He's been a bit part player for us as well. So God knows what we're going to get. The ones we do know are the big hitters, Sonny, Madison. There's so much pressure on them to perform when Porro and the doggy aren't in the team because we've got no width to back them up. Then Kulusevski, yeah, he's chipping in with a few goals, but he's kind of deceptively got those goals this season. It feels like he's not really doing a lot, but it's helped. I think we are just looking at we need some of our big name players to hit form. That simple. I think with the doggy back on the left flank, that's going to help going down there, pin the opposition back in their half a little bit as well. It's going to create problems. He's got too much power and pace to not to upset the opposition. So I think if we get the passing movements going and the likes of Sarr coming to join the attack, even Romero coming forward with the ball, joining in on the attack at times, there should be enough quality to break.
Got some great passes out of that. Romero we got back then.
Despite all of that, you've got to also then throw in. We've got players like Timo Werner and Brennan Johnson who are definitely not flying. So, you know, if they're having to be brought on, and we've got Emerson Royale on the right, most likely, it could Dragoson make his first appearance. It's possible. Never know. But I think for me, if I was betting on it, it would be Emerson Royale's going to start again. And that's kind of your right flank shut down with attacking options. It's that simple. So I think we've still got problems. It's likely going to be more difficult than it could be. And until the summer, or until we actually have the full squad back, everybody fit, there's going to be games where we're struggling to find our rhythm. Expecting 5-0 wins is a bit much at the moment, but like you said, if we get like a dominant 2-0, 3-0 win, where it looks like we could have scored a lot more, that'll be a good start. We're going to concede a few chances still. That's just the way we play at the moment. Team's still getting used to it. I think despite people calling for Ange has got to change his style because we're letting some chances go. I disagree with that. I think he's got to double down, stick with it, because if you're going to implement the system, you can't improve it unless you carry on playing it. So it's an interesting one. I wouldn't like to bet on this game, to be honest. I think too much rides on individual performances rather than the team or the system or tactics or formation. It's just, do we have our star players turn up on the day? If we do, we'll beat them. We're at home, and it's Crystal Palace. That's it. As simple as it gets. Back at the start of the season, we were top of the table. We were doing well. Wheels came off. Trying to crawl our way back now, but it's not been good to watch lately, has it? We've just been poor. I don't think it's tactically poor. I don't think it's tactically poor. I think
it's execution poor.
Absolutely.
And then brain dead moments. I think maybe lapse of judgment, tiredness, set pieces. There's a problem, and we were getting exposed there for a good while on corners specifically. But it's not just corners; it's free kicks. I mean, how many goals have we? I don't know what the number is. I probably should be a better host and have it. But
take the Wolves game in particular. A lot was said about it's suicidal defending we're doing, playing so high up, asking for trouble. But one of the goals we conceded was the set piece, so that's nothing to do with playing the high line. And the other one, that breakaway goal they got, we had 6 players in our box to their 3 when they scored that goal. The problem wasn't we couldn't get back; the problem was people didn't pick the player up. That's bad defending. That's not a tactical problem. That you literally got to be aware of who's there. Otherwise, what's the point in running back there? So we're just got to sharpen up, do our jobs better, and keep practicing it. You think of the trouble we had playing out from the back of the from Vicario at the back earlier in the season. We've gradually got better at it. It's not great at the moment, but it's better than it has been. And all these things, you've got to put them all together and just make sure you keep going in that forward direction. When we run into times of trouble, like we have been, you can't just panic and change everything and say, "Oh no, we've got to change the formation, we've got to change the way we play." All these different players. No, you stick with it. You ride through it. You find your way. Unfortunately, you're going to have to pick out the likes of Arteta, despite being captain Lego at Arsenal. First 2 seasons, 8th place finishes, but they did stick with him. And that shambolic
and they got 5th
that they started with, they can do it now because they stuck with it. It's ingrained in all the players. They know what's expected and what to do. So it's worked for them. We need that same. I think we probably just need that same sort of period of grace where people just say, "Look, we're not great now, but this is what we're trying to do. Stick with it. Be a little bit patient, and just look for the constant improvements." This season has just been a little bit too shambolic. Too many injuries, too many suspensions.
But I also think it was I think it was a little bit too. We got off to such a great start. We started saying, "Okay, now my expectations are changing." Everyone started telling me, "Jacob, you need to change your expectations based on results you're seeing." 10 matches in, and I'm saying to rivals, to other Spurs fans that I'm not saying we have to get top 4, because they were like, "Okay, clearly top 4 is the objective now. If you don't get top 4, the season's a failure." And I was like, "No, because my expectations in the summer was X, Y, and Z, and I needed to see these things. And just because we're playing good football and we're getting results doesn't mean that all these things are all of a sudden fixed. It just shows that we're having some brilliance. And I think that there's going to be trouble ahead." I think everyone felt that there was trouble ahead, when you objectively tried to look at it. While I know that my feelings was, I don't give a damn till somebody stops us. We're unstoppable. But then we got stopped. We faced a lot of turmoil. We didn't deal with it well because of our lack of depth, which I don't blame on philosophy, tactics, or Ange Postecoglou at all. I blame that on the club and the board and the lack of youngsters in the squad as well. I blame that on the club as well. I don't blame that on Ange Postecoglou. How he said 3-4 months ago, "Hey, I think that the academy's broken. We got to hire Joe Schmo, and he's going to try and fix it. And then we'll start looking at some of the youth." Plus, as a manager who comes in, Kuva, I don't know that I've ever seen one manager in a top 6 club come in and say, "Yeah, I know I've got these veterans who are healthy, but I'm going to play the kids over them because the fans are so tired of these fucking veteran players." When Ange Postecoglou stepped into the role, he said that I'm going to reward players who work hard and show that they understand what I'm trying to get them to do. And to me, hard work is an attribute you would give to Emerson, to Ben Davies, Højbjerg, Oliver Skip. You see what I'm saying? So when these players are working hard, and then he's trying to build up this rapport with the players, with the locker room, that, hey, my word is gold and I honor my word. I think he's doing that by playing Emerson Royale and Davies last week in those inverted fullback roles. Why would he, start? So for me, and this kind of ties into the youth problem. So I've never expected things to be fixed overnight. Yes, expectations can change as results change, and projections for yourself should change when you're seeing that you're better. But at the same time, I did feel like even in those 10 matches when we were undefeated, Kuva, we were still conceding opportunities left and right to our opposition. And I kept saying, everyone, not just me, this isn't just me saying, "Oh," Jacob kept saying, no, a lot of Spurs fans were saying, "Look, we're getting the results, but we are conceding a lot of chances. And once those teams start scoring those chances, things are going to look different." And then what happens? We're playing the same way, but with worse players. The teams are getting not only the chances we were affording before, but more chances to capitalize. That's what that was a product of. So for me, at no point has it been like, "Oh shit, the wheels are falling off." I know rivals, they all like, "Oh, the free fall of Spurs begins now," just because we were top of the league. But for me, it wasn't a free fall. We were just hanging out somewhere maybe we shouldn't have been yet, but we were there anyway. And I had fun, so fuck it. But real quick, hey,
yeah, I'm not sorry. You go on. Go on.
no. What's your thought? I don't want to.
I was just going to say, yeah, as soon as the Ange was appointed, I said at the start of the season, I'm not going to really get on his back about anything this season because I realise how poor this squad we've assembled is, and we're as much as we'd like to be able to fix it in one transfer window and go out and sign 15 players, that was never going to happen. So we're going to have to take several years to rebuild it and stay patient. And it doesn't matter whether we've got Ange in there or Conte or Mourinho or Pep, anyone you want. Then name any manager you really like, think they could do a good job. If they turn up to a squad that is very, very poor, very disjointed, imbalanced, players lacking players in key positions, and other players that we can't even sell to balance the books. And unfortunately, we do have to realise that that is the way the club's being run. It might not be the way we want it to be run, but that is what Levy does. So if you accept all that, then Ange has just got a big job on his hands, and it's going to take a while. So for me, I'm going to see where we are at the end of the summer transfer window, at the end of this season. Because then we get a much better idea. Are we really starting to look at backing this manager, trying to get the players in so we can play this brand of football? Or are we going to do what we usually do, which is buy the Timo Werners and just stuff the squad full of average players to sit on the bench? Because
if we pick up his option, that's what it means, Kuva. Yeah. That's what we are. We're just going to continue to be that if we do pick up that option. But again, the 6-month loan with option is my preferred. No option, I would be fine with that as well. But the 6-month loan, to me, was just perfect, low risk. We needed a warm body. Son was gone. We had a bunch of injuries. We needed a fucker who could run. And if anything you could attribute to Timo Werner, he can run. It's just the other stuff he doesn't really do too well. But the stuff, big up AMD, Arsenal fan here with a $10 dono to the channel with no message at all. And I was looking at the chat and I see you said because he's a good dude. And I do appreciate that. And he says, I just want to help people. And I see he has a baby girl on the way. I do have a baby girl on the way. She is due in April. So big ups. I appreciate you noticing that. I have been putting per my wife's request, I've been putting the registry in the description of all my videos lately. So if you did want to help out that way instead of super chatting and giving a percentage to Google, anybody, I'm not just speaking to you, AMD, but I'm just saying in general, you could put like $1 in the diaper fund. You can put $1 towards a gift or whatever you want to do. But all this super chat money, all the membership money, I am keeping all that because I'm going to use it when my wife can't work because she is the breadwinner. But this YouTube stuff helps me bring something to the table.
Yeah, not tonight. She isn't.
No. But whenever she stops working because the baby's going to come along, all of this money and stuff is going to be very, very helpful for that. So I do appreciate everyone who does support in that way. It is the first of the month, so I know everyone's got bills due, and y'all blessing the stream. I do that means a lot. So thank you very much for that.
By the way, you obviously would have been thinking of names for your daughter and everything. Of course you would. That's what couples always do. But I hope you haven't ruled out Big Ange yet, because that works for a girl as well, doesn't it?
I would love that. I don't think my wife would. Okay. But also my stepmom's name is Angela, so like I didn't want to go Angela either because I don't really like my stepmom. Yeah. I guess she's not my stepmom anymore because her and my dad got divorced a couple of years ago. So I guess she's not. Yeah, so I guess we're good. No worries there. But she is. We already do have a name for her. Her name is Athena. My wife got to choose. Athena Rose.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my wife got to choose because I chose the boy. Of course, Jacob Jr., you know. I always got to choose Jacob Jr. But big up everybody in the chat. Keep smashing that likes. I don't know where we're at, and I'm not going to look yet. But big up Insman as well. Good to see you in the house. I want to make sure I at least say hello. I see Phil P. Woo! Big up Phil P. Scott Colliver. Philip Bidwell. Who else is here? Stateside Lily Whites is here. How you doing? Good to see you, Sam. I like Emerson for a girl, he says. Well, you know, Everyone to each their own. I don't know that I would name my daughter Emerson.
Unless that's two words. It could be like Emma and then son.
I kind of like that because then you get son in there. And
You do.
I honestly, I did try to ask if we could name her Sunny, like Sunny, but then I get to call her Sunny. So it was like gonna be great for me, but she's like, no, I know why you're trying to get that as a name, so she didn't go for that. Big up Scott Culver showing some love to the name. I do appreciate that. Look, Kuva, shall we build this 11? I've already been putting some there while we've gone along, so that way I don't waste too much time saying redundant names. Like obviously Kuti, Vicario, Van de Veen, Destiny, James Madison, Youngman's son. This is where I'm at. So the next, we can just say it's going to be Emerson. This is the predicted lineup, not what we want to see.
Hang on. Should we do the easier bits first? Should we do the midfield maybe?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Papa Matisar and Yves Bissouma.
Sar's got to start, hasn't he? He's our engine room.
I think it's like we've won once without him this season. I don't think we have won without him. I don't know. He is very crucial to the game plan. Now, are you going Yves Bissouma or Rodrigo?
I think if it was gone on at their top form, actually, no, even then it's difficult because they're different sorts of players, aren't they? I think we're going to see Bentancur if he's fit. I think
really.
I think Ange is going to want that quality of passing and getting the ball moving quickly. Is Bissouma really doing that nowadays? At the start of the season, he was, because he was sort of tearing away with the ball and running up the pitch with pace, and that was getting us going. But he's not really been doing it lately, has he? So it's an interesting one. Which one do you go with? Bentancur is obviously having some sort of repercussions from those long injury layoffs, and he's struggling with consistent form, or Bissouma, who had a brilliant start to the season and then just fell off the edge of the planet. Difficult one. For me personally, I just feel Bentancur's just got that extra layer of quality about him. His passing.
Rick C agrees with you here. Says Bentancur. If you're in the chat, you want. Let me see if I see more Bentancur than Bissouma. We'll put it in, because I'd actually disagree with you, Kuva. I think Yves Bissouma, this is his moment. This is where it is nut crunching time, because we are having Bentancur back and healthy. But I think he has had more starts recently and has been sometimes good, sometimes not, shown us some of the great things. Like there was, I think on one of the goals for Brentford, he picked up the ball and laid it out to, I think, Kulusevski. He had a great turn with the ball that led to one of our goals. And so I'm not discounting Bentancur and what he brings to his team. It's just, is he 100% confident in himself? But I think it's a good shout because he might get that start. Bissouma hasn't been great. And he hasn't really been himself, the Bissouma that we all have known. I think if
Bissouma was full of confidence and playing like, he bosses the midfield, he feels that way, I think he'd be straight in, no question about it. Because then you can take your time with Bentancur, ease him back, and just let him find a little bit of form and get his rhythm going again, get his passing game going again. Because he was pretty poor in a couple of games since coming back, but he's got that long-term quality about him. The form's temporary, class is permanent, saying again. So if Bissouma was if it was the Bissouma from the start of the season, it's easy choice, isn't it? Just shove him in. But it hasn't been, like you said, so it's a little bit more tricky. I'm always going to go for the one with the biggest techers. I think Bentancur has got what it takes to be a top-class midfielder. I really do. I think when he's fit and at his peak, he's the sort of player that can easily go into a Manchester City team. I don't think.
Sorry, I got distracted by this comment. It says Emerson doesn't deserve to have son in his name. Which we do have a team of sons: Johnson, Madison, Richarlison, and Emerson. So that's quite.
Oh
nice.
God!
Sorry,
no.
You have to repeat that last.
He's just done something really terrible for me now, because I've just realised that Emerson also has the name Merson in it.
That's tough.
Now he's got the guy.
Maybe he could use the power of Merson and Son fuse them together, you get an Emerson. Maybe that's what you get there. Big up Wayne Bonner in the house, says Basuma Sarr, Madison, and OTC says I pick Madison, sink or swim, and that's kind of where I'm at with him too. Like, yo, if Bentancur is healthy, he's right here. So if you ain't doing it halftime, we're gonna give you the Jack Grealish. I don't know. So that's for me, because when we were our best. Now, granted, he wasn't even healthy, so we didn't get to see him when we were at our best. But when we were at our best, it was Basuma, Sarr, Madison. So for me, I think I got to choose what our best lineup was and what we were successful with, which it wasn't.
If we could finish out the season the way we started it, that sort of theory.
Go on a 10-game undefeated run, wouldn't that be
nice?
Fantastic? I would love that. And, you know, there was actually an interesting quote. I mean, this is going to digress a little bit. But, Kuva, I don't know if you saw it. It was Ange Postecoglou's answer to a question made it sound like he doesn't believe we are yet out of the title race. Because someone said, if you finish the season in top 4, like blah, blah, I don't remember the phrasing of the question, but it was something about in the top 4, if you finish in the top 4, and he's like, I haven't read the rules, but by my understanding, we're not just competing for top 4 right now. And I was like, what the fuck?
That's pure mindset, though, isn't it?
I think so. Because I'm like, what the fuck else are we competing for right now? It's definitely not FA. It's top 3, maybe? Maybe he meant top 3.
No, I think he just wants. He's just looking at win every game. That's all. Wherever that takes us, that's fine. So why rule out anything while you're doing that? I always thought it's dangerous when you start aiming for positions that aren't the top, because you're conceding that you're not good enough. You've got to go in with a correct mindset that you are going to win things. Otherwise, why bother? It's really dangerous if you're someone like a boxer and you do that. You've got to go in thinking you're going to murder the other person. Otherwise, you're going to get your ass kicked. Same with football. You've really got to believe it. Otherwise, don't bother. Might as well pack it up. So that's where I think.
I agree with that. And I don't think, you know, this stretch of matches that we have, where everyone's like, we're getting totally bent over and scraped the barrel at that end. I think we're going to throw some wrenches into this title race. Not saying that we are in it, but I love Philly and NYC. Philly ain't from Philly. Good to see you. Says we are in it until we ain't, which mathematically it's still possible. It's just not I really think those 3 at the top there have kind of pulled away as far as goal differential and as far as points. If we had gotten 3 points versus Everton and 3 points versus Wolves, that would be a difference of 5 points right now. And if we are sitting here with 5 more points, then I might be a little bit like, don't tell me that we don't have a chance, because we absolutely do. But those 2 results for me is where I'm kind of like, the outside chance that we are in it is gone based on those 2 results most recently, because of also the competition. They have not lost. The fucking meat eaters haven't lost since they deep-throated in Dubai. They haven't. And that's just they've actually, I think in the last 6 matches, scored something like 25 goals. Yeah. In the last 3 matches, it's been 16 goals. Now, I'm not saying they're title contenders. I still think they're phony pretenders and they're fraudulent. But if that's the bottom of the title race barrel, you got to believe that City, Liverpool are just going to continue to capitalize on what they're doing. Even with Liverpool with all their injuries, they're still top of the league with points. So for me, we're far way away, but I'm still going to enjoy the fuck out of this little last bit. Whether we finish 3rd, 4th, 5th, I think it's any one of those 3. Or excuse me, it could even be 6, depending on what happens with United and Villa. But 3rd, 4th, 5th, I think we're anywhere and around there, in my opinion. But I don't know why I ended up digressing like that. But it's because Ange seems to believe that we still have a chance. And maybe he didn't say we had a chance for the title, but he said it in a way that was like, we're not just competing for top 4 right now.
He expects the players to go out there with the mindset of, we're going to win this game, we're going to win all of our remaining games, and we're going to really push and make sure if anybody is able to win the league ahead of us, they've really got to play for it. I think that's the correct way of doing it. If we could just get that into the players, that would be a hell of a start. But I think some of them, I still see some performances from some of them where I think they're just picking up a wage. They don't care about. They don't look like winners to me. Some of these. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I believe in this manager. I think we're a long way off achieving the kind of consistent performances that he wants from them.
Yeah, and he's even admitted that we're far away from where we should be, but we've started out great and we've built a solid foundation so far. And I think some of that is just par for the course. Again, when you look at his constituents, look at the three people who are at the top right now. I believe Jurgen Klopp in his first year finished 8th. Arteta 8th consecutively in his first 2 years, and then 5th. Pep, I don't know what he got in his first year. Do you remember?
Pep, I think, well, it was Man City, wasn't it? I think they might have ended up with 3rd behind us. I think that was the season when Chelsea won it. We finished 2nd. I think that was Pep's first season, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, they weren't bad.
No, they were quite poor for Man City to start with until they got used to the way they had to play. But it's a lot easier to transition to the way Pep wants to play when you start off with a squad like Man City's. And then, of course, buys in exactly what he wants. 4 athletic, very athletic fullbacks that he can work with, turn them into even better players like he did with Walker. Walker was decent when he left us, but he's gone up levels being at Man City. That's down to Pep, without doubt. Yeah, so you've got to just stick with it sometimes. That's all there is. You've got to realise where your current situation is, and for me, that is not. We're not going to be doing what Man City or Chelsea did and go and spend $500 million or $1 billion on a squad in one summer. It's not happening. So we're going to have to be a little bit more patient with it. But if it hasn't improved at the end of the next summer, then I'm done with that little upsurge in optimism that I've had this season. If we're just signing absolute donkeys throughout the summer and pad out the squad with mediocrity yet again, then all of this is pointless. It really is. You might as well just get Ryan Mason in and save the money on manager wages.
Ryan Mason is still here. Isn't that something I
exactly.
didn't think
cheap,
I would... Anywho.
Hang on, our mate Harry Spencer's back.
He's been back. I've been ignoring him. I turned the chat to subscribers only, so that way these clowns have to subscribe, and then they can just unsubscribe when they're done. But either way, at least it shows that they subscribe.
How many electricity ovens?
He's been asking about if you have an electric oven. He's been asking about your cats. I'm going
to have to answer because I challenged him to actually come up with something funny. So I wonder if he's going to manage it. So I'll say.
I think that he's been asking this over and over. So I think he's building it up to he's got a punchline he's going to hit you with. So I hope he took
let's go for it. Let's see what he can manage. Yes,
I haven't timed him out yet. Because he hasn't said anything too outlandish. So.
I do have an electric oven and don't have a cat at the moment, but will do.
Paul threw him straight into the bin. Because he was going over there being like, I party with Lee Gunner. I have Lee Gunner's phone number. What do you do? It's funny. These people are crazy, man. Yeah. Did I tell you? I didn't tell you this. It must have been Paul that I told. Bro, so the Football Terrace had Hassam and Staffy TV on. Those are two of my good friends here. And someone in the chat who I booted off this because he was being crazy last time we streamed Kuva, and so I booted him off the stream. He messaged him and he was like, "Hey Staffy, tell that American Tottenham fan that if he ever comes to North London, he's getting robbed." I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And why is he tripping so hard? And then he commented on one of the videos and said, "You're dead." And I was just like, "Are you okay?" I commented back, "Are you okay? Like,
Is
do you
everything
need
okay
somebody?
at home, sort of
Do you
thing?
need
Yeah.
somebody to talk to?" Your electronic oven emit estrogen is what he says.
Okay. That's it's an
I
interesting
don't get
comment.
it. It wasn't funny. It wasn't, Kuvo. I thought we
What's
were
the
asking him to
cat's
be
got to do
funny.
with it?
I don't understand. Bob Don Understore now. Kulu to midfield. Do you think there's any chance Kulu plays on the midfield? I think it's Basuma or Bentancur personally, at least to start
Cody could
with.
do it. Could do it. I don't think it's ideal, but you know, if need be, at least he's technically adept. Is Kulusevski, and he does have the strength for it. He wouldn't be the worst choice there, but I don't see it. I think he's going to be on the right wing.
I absolutely agree that I think he's going to be on the right wing as well. Big up Hotspur Hippie. Sounds like Michael's sock account. What? Cats emit estrogen. See, this is what is going on here. Big up Derek Smith. Big up Benito Sotelo. How are you doing? Y'all are crazy people. Well, at least we've knocked out. Well, we haven't really completed the midfield yet, but Kulusevski on the right. I'm saying Timo Werner on the left. Kuva, what about for you?
I'm just in a twilight zone now. I'm just after those reading those comments. Yeah,
I'm trying to.
I think that's probably the likely starting forward three, isn't it? Since we've got definitely without Richarlison, Sonny has to go in the middle, doesn't he? So, well, I suppose you could play Kulusevski in the middle, but you wouldn't, would you? You got Sonny, so I think that's almost shoe in for me. That's the starting three up front.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just that Bentancur versus Basuma problem.
Let me ask you a quick question before we keep building the lineup. So Richarlison out solidifies Son through the middle, in my opinion. Has to be. But even if he was healthy, I still think Son through the middle. If Richarlison was healthy, do you think that Sonny would start at the left wing, or do you think that Ange would still start him through the middle regardless? For me, I feel like he'd probably give Richarlison another game, even though I think it's been 2 or 3 consecutive without a goal. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he'd play Richarlison through the middle still. Sonny just on the left, but not like a wide left. I think he's got to be kept in. You've got to have Sonny in and around that penalty area as much as possible, no matter what system you're doing. I think with a doggy back, he can do that more freely because a doggy does offer the width going forward. A doggy does everything. He's box to box, but on the outside areas of it.
I was saying yes, he does, and I also said happy Destiny Udogi year. That was I was muted, but I want to make sure that I said that. Happy Destiny Udogi year. And big up everyone who helped us hit 100 likes. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's absolutely free, and I guess that means Chewy's gonna eat some dinner. So isn't that quite nice? You're gonna help me feed my dog tonight. Thank you for that. Now, I think it'd probably be easier than deciding Basuma or Bentancur right back. Brazil's number 2, aka Cafu, is in, right? That's what we got.
It's going to be, isn't it? The
I haven't seen his TikTok. I wonder if he's released anything yet.
The interesting one's talking of Dragutin, isn't it? Because I think we'd all like to see him make his debut at some point. I mean, this could be a prime time for it, but how do we know how far along he is with adjusting to being in the country for a start? He might be having a lot of teething problems, and that's what's keeping him out of the team at the moment. Perhaps he's misunderstanding a lot of things in training from other players, so Ange doesn't think he's ready to take on the Premier League quite yet, especially playing as a defender where you make critical errors, it's going to cost you big time.
He's posted this. He has some kind of graphic artist. Every week he's posting. He's ready. This was 5 hours, 6 hours ago.
Oh, I love this Harry Spence. Cats and electric ovens give you man moobs. No, see, I have moobs.
Technically, if you call,
I have moobs because I'm fat, mate. It's pretty simple. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of working out.
I would also say you don't have to call them man moobs. By calling them moobs, you're insinuating they're man boobs. So again, education level, just not great.
What I would suggest to Harry Spence is, whatever you're doing at the moment, try cracking the window open a little bit. Get a bit of fresh air in. It might help.
Big up David Shear just sent me a text. I skimmed it real quick, but I'll read it and reply after the show. Ellie says, you say healthy, Jacob. We say fit, but his girls also use the word fit for a hunk of a man like Janola. Wasn't that quite nice? Yeah, I guess fit would probably be the most eloquent way to say that. Real men own gas ovens and dogs, says Harry Spence. That's just fun.
What's wrong with real men live out in the woods and have log fires and pet bears and cougars?
Also, if he's Lee Gunner's friend, I think Lee Gunner's live right now with some people, but he's here.
He's probably got banned, hasn't he? Probably
has a restraining order.
Random kitchen appliance and a random pet and thinking that's a reason for something else that's happened unrelated. He's weird. He's genuinely weird.
Yeah, he's strange. I think he needs a hug or a friend. Maybe both. But I'm going to go ahead and put Emerson Royale in. I think he's going to start. I think he... Oh, that means what we already knew, which is there's going to be lots of space on our right-hand side. Their left. And it'll be interesting to see where they deploy Abrechi Eze, if they're going to put him out there on the left, or if they're going to put him at that number 10. Now, I have seen him this year under Roy Hodgson, Roy the Toy Hogs Dogs. He's played him on the left, but based on what SofaScore is telling me, this Glasner, again, coached in Germany, is about as much as I know.
Oh, wait, is he the ex-Frankfurt boss?
Yeah, he won the Europa with them a couple years ago when they beat, what's his name, Villarreal, I think they beat. Can't remember who it was, but yeah, that was his side. That Frankfurt, Eintracht Frankfurt, and apparently not too bad there. He's won in Europe, so he's a pretty decent coach. And if he's going to a place like Crystal Palace, you got to imagine that he's gonna bring something to them. I don't know.
They certainly need it as well. That's a club that needed a real injection of enthusiasm for the fans, isn't it?
Yeah. So this is the way that they set up. I was looking to see last match, because it was his first match, how they set up. It was a 3-4-2-1. So they used Tyreek Mitchell and Daniel Munoz as their kind of wing backs. And they went with 3 at the back. So Chris Richards, Joakim Anderson, and Joe Ward. And Chris Richards was that guy I was warning you about. Be careful now. Yes, Bob Down Under. The watch along will be at full volume. It'll be 8 a.m. So if the family ain't waking up, they're gonna wake up tomorrow when that kickoff starts. So you better believe it. I'll be loud and proud. But yeah, so looking at the way that they line up, I'm so easily distracted by fucking comments. But for Bob Down Under, I don't mind reading it out. Jefferson Lerma, now he played with Bournemouth last season, and he was very good with Bournemouth last season. When the first time we played him, I said that he's someone that you got to watch out for. Now, he was absolutely fantastic, I thought, versus Chelsea. He dropped 2 people, picked the ball up, shot from outside the box, far post, and scored. I think that might have been his first goal for Palace, actually, Jefferson Lerma. But look, I don't really give a good golly who fuck plays for them, but I'm assuming Abrici Eze is going to be here for Edward. That's what I'm assuming he'll start over. Which would kind of be an ideal role. It's kind of like they run with 2 10s rather than a front 3. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how Eze works in with this, if he even starts, because he's just coming back from another injury. Maybe the manager thinks he'd be better suited on the bench, which would be better for us, I would say.
It's possible. I know when it's one of your top players, there's always that decision to make, isn't that? Do you risk them re-aggravating an injury, or do you just get them in because you know they make so much difference to your team? Look what happened to it was Palace, wasn't it, a while ago, that Elise he came back too early and got injured again.
Well, he came back and he scored like 3 goals in 3 games, and then he got injured again. No, he came back too early, got injured, and then when he came back again, he scored 3 goals in 3, or 3 goals in 2.
Didn't he come on as a substitute, and then he had to be substituted again straight after because he wasn't fit enough?
Yeah, that was on the second go around. Yeah, that definitely did happen. But he's so damn good.
You have to be careful sometimes without that. I think managing injuries is a huge thing, especially with our club.
Yeah. Big up, George. Appreciate you taking care of that. I was about to do it myself because I'm getting bored of his chats. They're kind of lame.
He's really let us down.
He's not creative.
I'll challenge him to say something funny by the end of the season, and I don't think he's going to manage it.
He hasn't done it yet, Kuva. And if he ain't done it yet, I don't know if he's going to do it at all. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to put you in a little timeout there, Harry Spence. So since you have all those strippers in your DMs, you have 10 minutes. Message them all back. You're in a 10-minute timeout there, buddy. Yeah. You're going to have to sit this one out, maybe drink a glass of water.
Does he mean DMs or does he mean search history?
I think he means search history, for sure. So. Or recently spent way too much cash on, if they are like legitimate strippers. You probably you know how strippers
ovens and dogs.
Yeah, strippers they can always sense a putz whenever they walk in. Like, oh, this is a fucking guy I can weasel a bunch of money out of. So big up Harry Spence. He says he's rich. He goes around playing rich. So I'm sure the strippers love that. But go ahead. You have 10 minutes. Go ahead and get some water. Sit yourself down for a second, my friend, and get creative. That's the challenge. Get creative.
Phone a friend. So if they got some advice, something creative.
Or, go watch Lee Gunner, bro. No one asked you to be here. So this is the final crucial missing piece here, Kuva. Bissouma Bentancur. Bissouma Bentancur.
You know what? The more I've thought about it, the more I'll say, Bissouma.
Yeah.
Because I think it gives Bentancur the opportunity to sort of ease back into it. If he comes on as a substitute, supposing we're 2-0 up or something like that, his passing range, use him to just basically keep control of the ball at that point. Just tire the Palace players out, passing it around properly. I'm hoping we've been working really heavily on the passing game because it was so bad against Wolves. We've got to do something. There comes a point where, as a football fan, you've got to have a little bit of faith in something. And I don't think we've suddenly become a bad team because we've had some bad results and the performances aren't great. I think we just need a few players to kick back into the form, find that little bit of the little twinkle toes in Maddison where he can score one, assist a couple, and Sonny to just bang a couple of goals in because he's always done that for us. I think when you look at it in those terms, those players are still there. We just need them to turn up on the day. That's all it is. We've got a home tie as well, and it is Crystal Palace. We're not talking about a Man City turning up, needing a win to secure a league title or anything, are we? That'll be a whole different game. So let's go out, play with a bit of enjoyment, smiles on faces, get the fans up for it, get the attacking game working properly. I still don't buy into all this. We've got to shore up the defence. No, I think the bit that's been so disappointing about us is when we go forward. It's lackluster.
Yeah. We need that creative final third bit of efficiency. I'm going Basuma. I think he's got to do it. And if he doesn't, then guess what? Now it's time for Bentancur, and this is the best problem that we have, where you have too many good midfielders and you can't quite fit them all in, so you got to find a way to do that. But look, Kuva, this is our lineup that we're predicting. And as you know, this is the part of the show. Do I have the fucking banner? Let me make sure. I've got no spoilers, please. That's ready for tomorrow. Now is the time. Based on this 11 that we've got right here, what are we saying, y'all? Score predictions and goal scorers. For those of you who are listening and not watching, I'll just read it off for you real quick. We've got Vicario in net, Emerson Royale at right back, Christian Romero and Mickey Van de Veen, the best two center backs in the league, will be as my starting center backs here today. Destiny Ugodi as well. And, you know, I said his name. David Shear tempted me, so why not just celebrate a little Destiny Udogi?
Destiny Adoji. Oh, yes. Oh, Destiny Adoji Day. Hey. Idiots, man.
Love it. So big up Destiny. He's going to be back, and he'll be on the left. And you can find him right around here. Right, Kuva? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Right in there. We'll see
Perhaps a little bit more forward, perhaps.
All right, let me make some room. Let's make some room. We'll put Basuma right here. We'll put Udogi over here. I think Werner will sit about there. Yeah?
Yeah, that's looking more like it, I think. I think Madison needs to get forward more as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he'll be probably about right here.
Yeah, he's going to want to link up with Son a lot, isn't he? So,
yeah. And Kuti will push up too. So maybe
Sarr is box to box as well, so he's obviously going to have to feature up front as well.
Let me get the banner down, but while we have some fun with our formation here, make sure y'all get your score predictions in. I will read everyone's. I'll get Kuva's score predictions and his goal scores. And in the chat, if you're new or if you've been here a long time, you know the rules. Give me your goal score, your goal scorers, and your final score predicciones, and we'll go through them before I reveal my fantastical predictions. But Kuva, are we estimating something like this for Basuma, Van de Veen, and then Romero kind of tuck up in there?
I think Romero's going to push up. He'll be just over the halfway line somewhere, at least.
Okay, right there. So
Basuma the same. But basically, throw everybody forward into their box except for Mickey Van der Ven and Emerson Royale playing as a 10.
We'll put Mickey Van. Okay, yeah, Royale's going to have to get up there too.
Yeah.
So we'll put Kulusevski here in no man's land.
Yeah.
Let's just tuck a little Emerson right there. We're going to do this.
That's looking good. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what?
What sort of formation?
I think Sarr's going to do something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
This is where I think we're going to end up. We got the 1-1-2, 1-1-2, 1-1-1. Isn't that nice? This is that never before seen type shit. I really like this formation. The more that we play in this formation, the more I feel confident in it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, we're going to get rid of this boring two-man defense we've been doing. Get it just down to Mickey Van der Ven. That's all we need.
Just let Mickey. He's quick enough to go left, to go right. We've seen it.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's quick enough. Yep, Totspurs, you know the vibe. Everyone up front, Van de Veen on the halfway line. I love the tactics personally. I kind of like it. The standard Kuva 110 formation. Yes, this is a Kuva classic.
I'm
saying switch Udogi and Werner, play Mickey left. Oh, wait, that's a goal prediction. Hang on, we ain't going to do that one yet. Ryan Gloria says the Eagles are going to expose this.
No.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
I think they will. Fun. I think they will. I don't predict a clean sheet.
Look, who do you see at the back there? I see Vicario. I see Mickey Van der Ven. That's airtight. We're fine.
I feel pretty good about that, too. I'm not going to lie. Feel pretty good about this. So, there it is. There's our formation. Now, Kuva, $1 million question. What's your final score, and who's scoring the goals? How does this go for us, Kuva?
Well, I think logically I'd have to go with a 7-3 again, wouldn't I? No, don't be silly. I've just said we're going to be airtight at the back there. So I'm going to
Airtight.
go for a 3-0 win. I'm going to go for 2 goals for Sonny, 1 goal for Madders, and Madders assisting with the other 2. And Sonny can assist with Madders' goal as well. I think it's all about them two. They're going to be like the star boys.
Yeah.
That's a good feel-good thing there. Sonny with a couple of the little up to the camera. Get everybody smiling again. That'll do. 3-0.
3-0. I think a 3-0 would satisfy me as well. Because I don't want just a win. I don't want a 1-0. I don't want a 2-1 win. I want to go out there and I want to show these Eagles who the real freedom bird is. That's what I need. Now, I know I usually have videos of like a guy flipping off a seagull, a guy taking a bunch of bees and eating them, and that's all fun and stuff, but I'm not going to show violence towards America's mascot. I just think there's not a lot of ways to get canceled in America, but I think hurting eagles is actually a crime. You can't hunt them.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
They're a protected species, so we're not going to do that here on this channel.
In fact, doesn't the eagle feature on the presidential banner or something like that?
It's on everything, Kuva.
Exactly.
If it isn't, it should be.
Not just illegal, but isn't that actually treason then? Isn't that like
yeah, it's treasonous. But freedom of speech, I guess.
Even if you say bad words and upset an eagle, you should be going to prison. It's not like a seagull. We can go smash them everywhere you want.
Yeah, fuck seagulls, man. Big up Ryan Gloria, though. Ryan Gloria is always here, even though he has that Brighton logo. I don't know if he's a Brighton fan or if he's just trying to trigger me. But let's go through. Let's see what y'all are saying in the chat right now about the goal scoring predictions. Ain't nothing like a rousing Kuva speech. Absolutely. Well said, Steve D. Big up McCloppin says 2-0. Kulu brace. Levy Go says #1 fastest growing Spurs channel. I don't know if that's true, but I do appreciate the little spurt of growth that we've had here. Went through a little bit of a growth spurt. Isn't that nice to see? Ronnie's got Tottenham 2, Palace 0, Sun with the double. I will still be happy. I will still be happy with a clean sheet. Sun brace.
It's not far off from what I said either, is it? I just add a Madison goal to it.
I like yours a little bit better. But Ronnie, this is a great prediction too. Big up Ronnie. Philip Bidwell's got a tutu, a little cheeky Desmond. Before we keep going, George gifting another membership. I believe that's what, 58? I lost count. Y'all have been blessing the stream so much. But let me see who got that membership. Ronnie, I just read your score prediction and you just got gifted a membership. So how about that, Ronnie? You predicted 2-0 and you get a fucking membership for your troubles. How about that? Yanis Rublis says fuck the Eagles 4 blot, which I'm assuming is 4-0, and I'll take it. Yanis, big up. Every single time. I'm not sure. He's an end of. Hey, big up George gifting a membership. Phil P. Kuva. Okay, y'all are. Here we go. David Shear gifting a membership. Phil P. Woo! Big up Phil P. Getting that membership. And then Kuva again. Now, I really don't know how many memberships we've gifted tonight, but it's been a shit ton. Y'all are blessing me. Kuva, you're giving me your time. You're giving me your thoughts and wisdom. And to me, that is priceless. But you did put a price on something, and that is another 5 memberships gifted from Kuva. Dubs in the chat, MJ the Gordon, Bloy Action, Boss Huzzah, Mark Cook, and ABS. You've all been gifted a membership by Kuva. Phil P got one from David Shear, and George gifting one to Ronnie. So big up. And happy gifted membership day indeed.
Two reasons I was being generous tonight. One is I've got myself out of debt after moving house, which is massive for me. I love that.
Fuck yeah.
Great feeling.
Fuck yeah.
And the second one is one father to another, and you got a little girl on the way. So let's put a little few extra dollars into the biscuits in the kitchen and help you along.
I appreciate that. Father to father, you know how much that means. You know how far that shit can go. So I really do appreciate that, Kuva. Thank you so much. And Panda Ball, y'all are really humbling me tonight. A lot of gifted membership. This has got to be over 60, 70 members. New members gifted in just today. Panda Ball coming in with gifted 5 memberships. Mashari, AC, Potato Stew, the real Lewis, JD of the Wooly, If I've just read your name, you've also been gifted a membership. Dubs in the chat for Panda Ball as well. Look, I can only do so many fucking little things on the camera before it's like kind of just dumb and I'm just doing fire. But like y'all really making me celebrate out here. Here's some balloons now. I even give you some confetti because I don't know what else to do other than to say like I'm extremely grateful, extremely humbled. Y'all mean a lot to me. Obviously, this channel means a lot to me. The growth. We hit 4K last night and we're already at 4.2 today. I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know what I did. I don't know what good karma I've got coming for me, but y'all have been blessing me. It's really, really humbling. So yeah, I can go on for hours thanking you, but I'm not going to bore you with that. Let's get back to the score predictions and the goal scores. But thank you so much. I will read out everyone who did support the channel, but it's mostly Kuva, David, George, now Panda Ball. A lot of gifted memberships. Y'all been killing it. Bob Down Under, I think, too. I don't know if he's still here, but yeah. Thank you so much, everybody.
Jacob, you deserve the love. You do a good channel. People enjoy coming to watch you. It doesn't matter who the guests are on. You run this place. People come because they want to hear you talking.
I appreciate that. Well, my wife wouldn't say that she likes to hear me talking quite personally, so that's quite nice that some people do. Oh, that's just an old marriage joke.
Maybe
Scott Culver here.
She's been slipping us money to do these super chats.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's that's what it is. To get me to get it all out before. 69 memberships by David Shear's account. Big up David Shears. 69 new members. What a perfect number of memberships to gift tonight. Fantastic. Big up Scott Culver. 4-3 Tottenham. Love that, Scott Culver.
Oh,
How
yeah,
you doing?
yeah,
Hope
I'd
you're
say
doing well.
that.
That'll be a fun match. It'll be a booty clincher. It won't be quite what I was hoping for, which is a dominant performance. That'll be booty clincher time. But
3-0 down with that half time, and then when 4-3, that'll be good.
That would be kind of. I mean, I guess all's well that ends well, right? Tot Spurs got 3-1 Spurs. Scores Son, Werner, and Madison. So Werner getting his first Tottenham goal. That's what they're saying. George got a 2-1 Udogi and Son. Love to see that, George. Swim Master says 2-1 Son, both goals. A lot of not dominating performance predictions so far. Let's see. Phil P's got, I'll go 2-1 Sonny and Madison. Again, not the dominating performance I'm looking for from Phil P's perspective. Philly says 6-2. There we go. So this is the scoreline I'm talking. This is what I need. I need this in my life. I don't think we're going to get it because Palace are a pretty good defensive side, at least under Hodgson. They may be doing something different with O'Glasner, but we'll find out. 6-2, Son with 2, Madison with 2, and Turbo Timo with 2. Danny Kiriakou the other day super chat and called him Turbo Wiener, and I kind of like that. David Shears got 2-1 Spurs. Son with a double. I like to see that as well. I mean, it is a win, even though it's not the greatest of wins. Donovan's got 4-0. Emerson in the 12th minute. Werner 40th. Madison 55th minute free kick goal. We need one of them. It's been a long time. Johnson in the 87th. Dominating performance all around over the whole 90. Love that, Donovan. 2-9 conservative Kuva. Yes. Oh, the 2-9 formation. 5-2 to the best club in the world. I'll take a 5-2 because I'll take a 5-2.
Maybe that formation is a little bit conservative.
Should we adjust it real quick? Should we put Basuma up here?
Yeah, he's due a goal, isn't he?
You know what? I'm gonna even do this. Get in there, Half Emerson. This looks better.
I think Vicario's a sweeper keeper really as well, so you could really put Van der Ven closer to the halfway line and Vicario.
You know what? I think it'll be something like this.
That's right, because you've got to have the balance there, haven't you?
You had just a little balance there.
Yeah,
I like it. This is a great formation. I really like it. Big up Panda Ball. Big up OTC transitional period says 4-0 comfortable, comfy, nice little comfy. Let me see. Is there any more? Panda Ball says, "Isn't Ezzy hurt? He's supposed to be back, my friend. He is supposed to be back. Whether it's on the bench or starts, I don't know yet, but we'll find out." Big up George. Yes. Yes. Click the like button. Make sure you do hit that like button. I know we are over 100 likes. Still no excuse. If you want Chewy to eat good, you can get him 150 likes and I'll get him a piece of my dinner. Is there anywhere? Ellie, 2-0 to Spurs. Sonny and Kulu to score. I like to see that. Zapur says, not brave enough to make a prediction this time. You're brave enough. I believe in you, Zapur. Wayne Bonner says 3-1 Spurs. Love to see that. Who knows who scores, but don't matter. 3-1 is a very great time. Happy Gifted Membership Day. Y'all have been blessing. Absolutely blessing. Let's see. Any more score predictions? Big up to Kuva. Absolutely. Big up Kuva. Dubs in the chat for Kuva. David Calvino, 4-0 Spurs. Sonny and Cher with a brace. I've got you, babe. Babe. Got you, babe. That's Sonny and Cher, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Didn't they do also Ebony and Ivory, or am I thinking of someone else?
That's
Ebony and Ivory.
I was about to say it was Paul McCartney, and suddenly I thought, no, I can't remember.
John Lennon.
It's Lennon and McCartney. Yeah, must be.
Yeah, let's say John Lennon and McCartney. They sang Ebony and Ivory. AMD's got 3-2 Spurs. Like to see that as well. McLaughlin FPL Sunny Peeps. Yeah, triple captain him. He's gonna score. As he is back, he is back. Yes, he is. George, that formation is unreal. I love it. This is what we're gonna look like. Don't you fear. Davo, and this is just our defensive shape. When we have the ball.
Yeah,
Romero,
absolutely.
This is when we have the ball. That was our defensive shape. So there you are. Davo says a very tight 7-1. There we go. We got a 7-1 prediction, Kufa. That's what we said. It was actually McCartney and Michael Jackson is what we're saying here. Ryman's Son's got 0-1 to Palace. Glasner get his Frankfurt Champion League revenge. Oh, that's right. We did stomp his ass in the Champions League last year. That's true. That's true. Well, I guess it is time for mine before we end off this show tonight. My prediction, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thinking of 4-1. I think we go up 4-0, and then we just let them get one because we're generous, we're giving, we're kind, considerate, and or we're gonna go down by 1, and then we just get 4 in the second half after an Ange halftime talk, and it's 45 minutes of domination yet again. That could probably be what happens there. So my prediction, either way, whether they score first or they score last, is going to be 4-1 to the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. My goal scorers, I think Son gets 2 or 3 minimum, and I think Madison's going to get 1.
Yeah,
he's due. He is due, and if we can get him the chances that we got Richarlison in 3 of those matches that he was missing for the Asia games, if we could get him those touches in the box that we got to Richarlison, he's going to get a first half hat trick. So I think Son, I'm going to put him down for 2 effectively. I think he's going to get a brace. I think Madison's going to get 1. And then I love a little mystery goal scorer. I think Timo Werner, Destiny Udogie, one of them 2. Maybe a set piece header from Kuti. I need me a Romero goal. I know he's only got 3 this year, but could it be number 4? I don't know. But look, I think this is my expectations. That's my prediction for the expectations. People are going to be like, oh, if we win 1-0 or 2-1, which is probably closer to what it will be with Crystal Palace shape, how we think they're going to shape up. But if Glasner wants to come party, you're going to get rocked 4-1, I think. So that's my prediction, y'all. I'm saying 4-1, Son with the double, Madison with 1, and then a mystery goal to either Udogie, Werner, or maybe even Basuma. What if he fucking does a little pirouette? He's not a good shooter, though. He's not a good shooter. But whenever we were really good, he was popping up in the box with some nice moves.
He does have a very powerful shot from range. It's just we rarely see it.
Yeah. Well, he scored a banger against us when he was at Brighton.
You know who else has, don't you? It's Ben Davis perhaps he'll come on and just hit a 40-yard screamer into the top corner.
Yeah, that don't sound like it's gonna happen. I don't think that.
I remember him
You never
hitting the
know.
crossbar with some absolute bullet shots. It's
Any shots, if he comes off of the bench, any shots Ben Davies takes will be going over the bar or straight at the keeper or hitting the first man. I guarantee it. I'll
tell you what. I was really pleased with the doggy getting his goal the other week, because the amount of times we've seen him going through on his own and then he shoots 12, 15 yards over the bar, and you're like, it was his big moment, and he just like fluffed his lines. So good.
There's
good
been
to
a
see
lot
him
of times he makes those runs and no one finds him. There's been so many times where he pushes up as that second striker, makes a beautiful run, and no one pings it. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I think Udogie might get a goal tomorrow. I inject that. Ryman's son says, "What's Kuva's prediction?" You said 3-0.
3-0. Yeah.
Sonny and Madison goal scorers. That was Kuva's prediction.
3-0 doesn't sound like me, though, does it? I mean, I think I'll have to go back to 7-3 again.
Okay, I'll take it. A little Mickey Van de Veen number.
Ooh.
That's Mickey Van de Veen, 37.
Is he? No, that's...
Yeah.
Oh, well, perhaps that'll do them. That will do them.
I think that'll do it too.
You know what? I'm really bad with player numbers. Always have been. Remember some of them if it's part of a song. Like I always still remember.
I'm kind of, since I was a kid, I just associate players with numbers. Like every sport I've ever followed, you could just throw a random athlete and I'll be able to tell you what number they had. Maybe that's a little bit of the
I think I used to when I was a kid as well, but that's still much more logical shirt numbers. You know, like a 2 would always be a right back, a 3 would always be a left back, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Back when they only had 11 shirts to give out.
That's right.
Yeah. But look, y'all, I think that's going to do it for the show. It has been an absolute belter of one. I've got a redirect set up for... Let me make sure I have it set up. I thought I had it set up. I saw some people were live. Yeah, I'll just send you there. Let's do that. I'm going to send you to Bajan Reds. They have a call-in show, Friday night call-in show, so you can call in. George gifting a membership before we go. Says 70 memberships. Nice round number. Who got that last membership? David Calvino. How you doing? You've been gifted a membership, my friend. And my, oh my, has there been a gifting of memberships tonight? There's 29 starred messages. Those aren't all memberships, but let me run through all of the sponsors for tonight's show. Again, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, everyone who's subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. We have hit over 4K, and now we've hit over 4.2K. So that's absolutely immense. Your support does not go unnoticed. So thank you so much to everybody who's done the free thing. That is like, subscribe, and vote in the poll. I am going to end the poll. 135 votes and 58 say Tottenham dominant win. And I like that. I like that. It's very, very nice. And in second place is, I don't know, but Ange is London's top manager. And isn't that always nice to remind everybody? Even if no one cares, I do. David Shear, being a member for 5 months, and I will say his name a few more times. George and David Shear, y'all gifted so many memberships between you, and I'm just running through them. You absolutely killed it tonight. I appreciate, like, really, I don't even know how to say thank you any more than I can. Yanis Rublis, member for 2 months, using their membership chat. Ozan Kabak with a super chat. A user, David Shear with a super chat. He's getting memberships. He upgraded his membership. He's super chatting. David Shear's, he hit the treble of support tonight. AMD with a super chat as well. George with the big 10 gifted. David Shear with another 5, and then George with a cheeky little £2 super chat saying well done to the 4K. I appreciate that. Then Kuva, while on screen, gifting 10 memberships. Thank you so much, Kuva. I do appreciate you, buddy. Bob Down Under gifting 5. Everyone started joining the party. David Shear gifting another 5. Then Kuva another 5. Then Totspurs another 5. And then George with a £5 super chat, shouting out Kuva. Shout out Kuva every single time. Sahar grabbing their membership. Shamu using their membership chat. David Shear upgrading to the 10-inch club. How are you doing? Talk to me nicely. Ash P, member for 4 months. here for the live version. Lucy Torres. I saw LX Torres said, my name is Lucy. So hello, Lucy. And new member, Liverpool fan from Texas. How you doing? AMD with another super chat, 10. This was no message. He just said, I want to be a good person and support a good person and their family. So thank you so much for that. George with a gifted membership. David Shear with another gifted membership. Kuva with another 5. And then Panda Ball with a 5. And then George with another 1 to make it 70 gifted memberships tonight. My, oh my. Oh my goodness. And Ellie coming in here with the final donation of the night, the final sponsor of tonight's show, Queen Ellie Bentencourt. I believe she changed her last name officially. Says, here's my donation. You deserve it, Jacob. Thank you so much, Ellie. Look, this is going to give you some hearts virtually, but it would not express how many hearts I have to give to every single one of you tonight who have been here, commenting, chatting with Kuva and I, liking the video, subscribing, and then obviously also all the sponsors whose names I just read out. Y'all always get shout outs at the end of the show. And this is unfortunately the end of the show, but wow, my oh my, what a fantastic this show just honestly kind of blew me out the water. I don't really know what to say. Like, just other than y'all been blessing me. You've absolutely been blessing me in the stream tonight, so that's so tremendous. Rob Frank came in here with a £5. Says, not the final one. Big ups. We got two final super chats tonight. My oh my. I honestly can't wait to tell my wife how good of a show this went as far as numbers, likes, and sponsorships as well. So, wow. I don't know what to say, Kuva. I'm just like, really, wow. But I'll be back tomorrow. I guess that's a good direction to take it. Kuva with a £5 super chat says, competition. This is that in a Yoda voice? Are y'all trying to not let me get off the show here? Big up Kuva for the super chat. Ellie. Oh, another super chat says, this one's for your boy. Y'all are not. Wow. This is wow. Kuva, Ellie, Rob Frank, Ellie again at the end. This one's for your boy. Thank you so much, Ellie. I appreciate that. Wow, this has been. I hope Tottenham show up and show out as much as everybody in the chat tonight. Y'all have gotten your wallet out and y'all have been blessing. You've gotten your fingers out and you've been doing the finger diddling, and I appreciate that. Look, I don't know what to say. I think I need some milk.
He needs some milk.
Rob Frank with another one says, so it's like that. Is it, Kuva? Wow. Y'all are thank you, Rob Frank. I appreciate you, my friend. I think this is a standing ovation.
I'm leave it there, I think.
Thank you, because not that I don't want you to keep doing it, but like I've run out of words. I mean, I could keep talking about Tottenham forever, but as far as like I'm just blown away, man. Totspur says, I think this is a standing ovation for you, Jacob. Much love, bro. Much love. So much love. That's kind of what my whole life is centered around. Lots of love. And I'm glad that I could share lots of love on the stream as well. I always try and be my most authentic self. So to get past 4K, being my goofy self, my very hard to pay attention and stay on track self. Been doing this now for probably coming up on 2 years. And we've hit over 4K. We've got so many members of the channel. Just wow, like y'all seriously, y'all blew it out of the water tonight. What a way to kick off March. Also, pick up George. Says, this is war. It's not war, it's love. It's love. Ellie with a super sticker. What's going on? Y'all, you're making me blush. Keep it up, says Ellie. George says, this is war. Honestly, Kuva, can you help me out here, buddy?
No, I'm enjoying it. It's well deserved, mate. It's well deserved, mate. You're going to need as much money as you can get in the next couple of years, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely. I mean, yeah, for sure. Just Bob. Oh my goodness, Bob Down Under says great reward. Big up, Bob Down Under. I appreciate it. I thought you left the show already. Honestly, like, my wife just texts says, "When do you think you're going to be done?" I can't finish if I have to like go back and thank the people who sponsored the show again. George, another super chat. George, I bloody give up. And then Ellie, I can't even keep up with y'all no more. Y'all. Ah, man. Thank you, Ellie, for another super sticker. And Kuva. Wow, y'all. Wow. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. Y'all are showering me with love tonight. Holy shit. I had 30 and now there's 43 to read. You guys are absolutely insane. Holy shit. Wow. Big up Kuva, man. Kuva, my bro, you get your time is money, and you give me so much of your time and your money. Thank you so much. I appreciate your generosity.
Like I said, buddy, Dad's club there. That's from one father to another.
Man, I've really getting that thing in the back. You know that's an Ayo moment, but that thing in the back of your throat, you know, where you're kind of getting choked up a little bit. Like I just. Yeah, man, this shit means a lot. Like, I really do appreciate y'all. David Shear says, Dad's 86 tomorrow. David Shear, your dad and my mother share a birthday. My late mother would be... Shit, I don't even know how old she would be now. But March 2nd is my mother's birthday. So my mom and your dad share a birthday. Big up David Shear. I appreciate that. AMD coming in with a super... just a super chat. Appreciate that, AMD. That's 3 super chats from you. Todd Spurs with another super chat says, big up, Jacob. You deserve everything you get. We all love you, bro. I appreciate that, Todd Spurs. Thank you so much. And then Danny Reese coming in with a 5-pound super sticker. No, I think it's just a regular super chat. And it says, she says, I felt left out. Big up, Danny Reese. I appreciate your donation. This is Danny Reese's first super on a live stream ever. So how about that? Big up, Danny Reese. I really do appreciate that. Your first super chat ever was here.
Big up, Danny.
Yeah, y'all are blessing me tonight. And then another one from Ellie says, "Here you go. This one's for your Greek misses." Big up, Ellie. Wow, very very generous tonight. Every single one of you. Y'all are, wow. Y'all are absolutely killing it. Y'all are absolutely killing it. So thank you so much. Like, I was trying to sign the show off and say thank you to all the sponsors, and then they just keep coming in. Rob Frank says, "Get yourself some beef jerky or something." I will tonight. I'm gonna get some beef jerky to munch on while I play video games when my son goes to bed. Just wow. Look, y'all. I will be doing a watch along tomorrow. David Shear gifting another membership. We're never getting out of here at this rate. And honestly, should we just do a fucking 20? Should we just stream straight into the watch along, Kuva? Is that what you're gonna do?
Stream straight into childbirth.
I'm just gonna take it on my phone. All right, we're on our way to the hospital now. Big up David Shear, gifting a membership. Johnson is my drug. Tottenham is my dealer. Congratulations, you just got a membership. I don't even know if the redirect's gonna work anymore. They might be done being live because y'all have been, wow. Just wow. 47 starred messages. Like, that's actually crazy to me. I think this is like the record show. I don't think I've ever had a show with this many donations. So Y'all broken records tonight. We broke records last night while I was sleeping and getting over 4,000. I'm going to try and do some kind of 4K celebration at some point. Don't know when that'll be, and we'll do like a big party with a bunch of people like we did for 3K. Celebrate the small life's successes. Jacob to recreate his own Emerson childbirth comp. That would be hilarious. Did you see Emerson's childbirth comp?
No, I didn't. It sounds like the sort of thing he'd do, though.
He drops a compilation for everything. The no look pass. He gets 10 minutes in a game. He'll drop a comp. When his child was born.
Wait a minute. Yes, I think I did think about it.
I showed it on this stream. You might have been on, or it may have been Paul. I don't remember. But I showed it on the stream, and it was like he had a videographer do all like these fancy camera moves and shit, and like it was all to the beat of his own song. So I mean, with that guy starting,
it rings a bell now. I can kind of picture the hat he had on.
He did, and then he was like playing things. And then he was also he was like kicking the ball with his friend in the yard. And I was like, "Where's the baby?" I remember I was like, "This doesn't feel like a baby compilation anymore." But look, big up every single.
Just when you think Harry Spence can't get any more stupid, he does it. He pulled one out of the bag.
Big up George, newest moderator on the block. George taking care of him real quick time. Big up George, appreciate that. Look, y'all, that's gonna do it for the show. Again, I'll be live for the watch along tomorrow, about 15 minutes before kickoff. I'll be live on We Are Tottenham TV beforehand doing the pre-match pump up. So if you want to come hang out with me in the morning, let's get it on. Let's ride till we die. But look, y'all, again, just real quick, big up David Shear, George, Yanis, Ozan, a user, David Shear, AMD, Kuva. Thank you again for joining me, and thank you so much for your very generous donations as well. Sahar grabbing their membership, Ash P, Lucy Torres, AMD with another super chat, Panda Ball, Ellie, of course. Every single one of y'all sponsoring the channel tonight. I appreciate Rob, Frank, kept the party going, quite frankly. He said, fuck that. Y'all ain't out super chatting me, and he definitely did it. So big ups to that. Danny Reese, first time super chatting ever, and she super chatted here on United Spurs of America. That shit really does mean something to me. Tot Spurs, thank you so much for your super chat and your constant support as well. Everyone, look, I could be here all night saying thank you, but I will be back tomorrow, and I'll say thank you again if I see you tomorrow. So come back tomorrow during the watch along. We'll see if we'll get that. We'll see if we'll get that the halftime crew together as well. Give a little halftime breakdown, and that's kind of fun. So, look, that's gonna do it for the show tonight. It's been absolutely fantastic. 162 episodes and about 162 super chats. Another one. Spurs Psych. Big up for the last sponsorship. Says love you, Jacob, love you too. I love every single one of y'all, for real. I'm looking at you in the camera, la la la, that's for you. I love every single one of you, and let's take this fucking love, this positive energy, and make sure you tell somebody tonight, today, whatever it is for you. Just tell somebody you love them. Give somebody a hug. Spread some love and some joy. That's what this life is about. Life's too damn short to be worried about the scoreline. More about the journey and the ride. So if you can do anything tonight, it is that. Spread a little love, hug somebody, tell somebody, text somebody. If you don't have anyone near you, just text somebody, your brother, your cousin, somebody, and just say, hey, I love you. Because you never know. You just never know in this life. Like all the love that was shared tonight, if Tottenham have half as much of the love that we had, we're fucking getting 5-0 victory tomorrow. But look, we'll find out either way when that time comes. But Kuva, thank you so much for joining me. As always, my friend, another fantastic
pleasure, my friend.
Did not plan on going 2 hours. You were like, how long tonight? I said, oh, not long. Not long at all, Kuva. Don't worry. And here we are 2 hours later.
Fun. It's fun.
It's been a big blast, honestly. That shit means a lot to me. That shit absolutely does mean something to me. But look, y'all, there's 3 more things I need you to do before we get on out of here. If you haven't liked, subscribed, and all that fun stuff, that's not even what I was going to talk about. But please do that. The last things I need you to do is stay blessed. I need you to stay fresh, up the lads, And come on, you motherfucking Spurs.
United Spurs of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Big up David Shear.